everyone, Dave back with you with a fresh smartwatch review for you today. Today we have the F320 smartwatch. Now, I don't know anything about this particular smartwatch, but what I do know is I'm going to take this out of the box, show you what comes out of the box, and then go charge it up fully and then wear it for, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days, and then come back with my full fair and honest review. This comes with a magnetic charging cable, so this would plug into the end of a USB charging brick, and this end will snap onto the back of the watch magnetically this way, thusly. Oh, let's see here. Not that way, this way, all right? So that'll snap on there. Always remember to peel off these little protective stickers. And let's see, it's got some wipes on here, which would indicate it's got a screen protector in the box. It's got a user manual that looks pretty good, and it came with a spare band here. So this looks like a full leather band with some notches on here to grip around your wrist so it doesn't spin around. Let's peel off this protective screen. Let's peel off this one. Let's press the button. All I know is this is one of these so-called blood glucose monitoring smartwatches. And all right, through the magic of editing, I will come back with my full, fair, and honest review, but that's what comes out of the box, and we'll talk real soon. Alright, so let's get right into it. First of all, it's got a beautiful display. It's 360 by 360 pixels. It's a 1.46-inch round display. It's got one button that kind of protrudes here on the top right, and then a flatter style button on the lower right. So, you know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I tend to like these round watches. The case looks very nice. It's some sort of metal alloy. And we flip this over, and you will see it has green and red diodes in here. More on that in a minute. And it's got a built-in speaker and microphone to make Bluetooth calls when tethered with your phone. And that works, and we'll get into that. But if you press and hold on the dial face here, you can switch to different dials, which is nice. If you want to be a brainiac, you can maybe leave it on this one. And you can scroll through. I think it'll hold 5 or 6 on the watch, and there are plenty more in the app to download to the watch if you so choose. So plenty of options there. This is the one I like. If we swipe from right to left, here is your progress bar for the day, your number of steps, your estimated kilocalorie burn, and your estimated distance walked. I have mine set to miles, and my units are in Fahrenheit. Here is your call log. We'll get into this, but this works. You can get into the dial and make phone calls. The only thing I don't like is this key layout is a little, it's not like a usual dial pad, so I find you kind of got to search for the numbers. But hey, it's there. It works just fine. Your call logs. Here's the call I made through the watch, and that all works just fine. If we swipe again, this gets into the physiotherapy. This is red laser light therapy, and if I hit go here or play, you will see it is shining, and it's not going to go very long because I don't have it on my wrist, but it has the red diodes in here. These are actual laser diodes, and it'll put the laser through your skin into your arm. They claim all sorts of potential health benefits for this. I don't think any of that is real. I don't think shooting red laser light into your arm does any particular good, but you can set the strength of that laser, and you can set the duration of that laser, all right? I will say these laser therapy watches look really cool when that laser comes on, and you kind of see behind the watch glowing red when it's on your wrist. But I don't believe this does much of anything, but it does have this feature. We swipe again, this gives you your heart rate and beats per minute. Again, because I'm not wearing the watch, it's not going to do that. I'll tell you what, I've already showed you the underside. Let me throw this on my wrist and we can get into real measurements here. All right, so here's that red laser therapy. I press that on, and you will see the red laser shining there, and you see the green diode as well. And it's pretty cool. Like I said, I like like it when it comes on. You see that red glow, but I don't think it does anything particularly to help your health in any way. Here is your heart rate in beats per minute. I'll let this go in real time, and you can set some of these health measurements to go automatically at a time interval of your choosing. I'll just let this go in real time so you can see how long this takes. There's my heart rate, blood oxygen saturation. It uses the red diodes for this measurement, and maybe you can flip it up again and you'll see that red diode back there doing its thing. I use this, I test this against a fingertip pulse oximeter, and this is pretty accurate from my experience. This will do your body temperature, and by body temperature I mean it measures your skin temperature and then calculates body temperature. I find this to be right on par with every other body temperature measurement I've made, so I think that's pretty good. This will measure, or at least produce, a number for uric acid. I don't know much about uric acid. I know that if it builds up in your system, it causes a condition called gout. This is not a medical device. I don't think it can possibly be measuring that accurately, but it does provide a number for uric acid, all right, in milligrams per deciliter. It also does your blood fat, and this would be your lipids. And again, not a medical device. Don't trust this. You know, the only way to get good measurements is to go see a doctor and have a blood draw, but it does produce this blood fat measurement. And if we keep scrolling, uric acid, blood, there's your blood glucose monitoring. I've done a number of watches that do this supposed blood glucose monitoring. Check them out on my smartwatch and fitness tracker playlist. There's a special list there just for blood glucose smartwatches. Again, not a medical device. I don't believe this is producing any sort of valid number, but I think if you use this as a baseline to kind of know, you know, what your number normally is, and you see any huge spikes, it might be useful, but not a medical device. I don't trust that measurement. This also does blood pressure, and I'll let this go in real time so you can see that operate here and get an idea of how long it takes. All right, we'll let it do its thing here. Now, I talked through these, so these numbers probably are not as accurate as they would be otherwise. But, you know, I want to show you in real time as I still explain some more about the watch features and what's going on. This blood pressure, I think, for me, measures lower than it should be. Again, this is not a valid medical device, so don't trust any of these health-related parameters that it generates. If you're really interested in this measurement, go see a real doctor. It will track your sleep and give you some sleep quality and breakdown of, you know, deep sleep versus light sleep versus REM sleep. Here's the various days I've been wearing this watch. I've been wearing this one longer than normal because I like it. And it'll pull in the weather from your smartphone. Okay, so it tells me it's sunny and 48 degrees. Gives me today's highs and lows and tomorrow. All right, and then you can add different tiles here if you wish. I have them all there already, but I could take some of these off if I wished. And then it goes right back to the beginning. If I swipe down, this gets you into some settings. It has an SOS feature. It's got the screen display. I turn that brightness all the way up to 5 for these reviews. You can go all the way down to 1, and it's still fairly bright, but you know, you'll probably want to keep it at 2 or 3. The brighter it is, the faster you're going to chew through battery life. So I tend to put it on the lowest setting that I can see easily. Okay, some advanced settings in here. Your screen exit time, that's how long the screen will stay lit up once it comes to life. I have it set on the maximum of 25 seconds. You can turn that down to as little as 5 seconds. And here's the lift your wrist feature. I have that turned off, again, to save battery life. And that is if you lift your wrist or flick your wrist, the display will come on automatically. So some sound settings, some ringtones. You could put it on mute mode. All right, and the ringtone, you can set it high or low. And that's mostly when you're connected to your phone via Bluetooth Low Energy, and you can hear it and talk through it. Do not disturb mode, system menu. All right, you can restart, shut down, factory reset, QR code. All right, that would be to download the app. And you can select the language, decide on your vibration settings, strong, weak, or no vibrations. Interface style, that's your menu style. I kind of like this list view. And let's see, time settings, date setting, time setting. This is one of the odd smartwatches where you can actually set the time and date directly on the watch. It does not rely necessarily on pulling it from your phone. SOS, and there's your about, the F320, 3EBB, whatever that is. Now if we swipe from the bottom up, you can get your messages here, and it pulls in messages. Here's one that I sent as a test. You know, it pulls this through just fine, so that's all good. If we go and swipe from left to right, we can have a quick menu into some of the settings. So that's the basic features of the watch. Again, I like the looks of it. I like the data it provides me. Sleep tracking seems to be pretty good. Let's go look at the app, and then I'll come back with my final thoughts. The app here is called HealthWear, HealthWear, and you have a nice interface here. I've reviewed this app before with different watches. I like it. Here's my sleep tracking. All right, so there's your sleep analysis. It says my sleep quality is great, keep it up. And I can go back through the weeks and the month and look at all my previous sleep over the days and weeks and months. That's good. Heart rate monitoring and beats per minute. It'll give you the trace over the day. And again, you can go back through the weeks and month and see what's going on there. Here is your blood pressure. Then it'll give you your highest and your lowest and your average. Let's go back and keep on working down that menu. There's your blood glucose measurements. I don't think this is definitely all that accurate. You can see where I take it off, where I hit the gym, but it seems to give the same spikes at the same time every day. So I think it makes assumptions about when you're eating meals and generates something. I don't think this is real at all. But it does provide some number, and it takes some measurement somehow. Here's your blood oxygen saturation. Again, you can go back through the days, the weeks, and the months. Your body temperature. Here is your body fat or your blood fat analysis. And it gives you a little indication. It says mine's in the normal range. And again, you can go back and look at the days and the weeks and the months. And then your uric acid measurements. And this says my uric acid is within the normal range. All right, so it does all that, and that's kind of it on the main screen. You can go into the mine, and you can see your battery life here. You can clear the cache. There's some security settings, change your language. You can go into the sports settings here, and it will kind of keep track of you in an outdoor adventure if you're tethered with your phone and you have location services turned on with your phone. This is not a GPS watch. So it's really pulling this in from your phone, the maps and whatnot, but it'll combine that with the heart rate and time engaged in the activities. If we go to that home page and click on the main screen, the activity thing here, we can get into our health settings here at the bottom, and you can turn on and off automatic health monitoring. I've got mine set for every 60 minutes. You can set a step target, a sleep target. You can calibrate this for blood pressure, blood glucose, blood fat, and uric acid. Blood pressure and blood glucose, if you're doing a finger prick and using a real blood pressure cuff, I can understand how you could calibrate that, but I don't know how you would calibrate blood fat or uric acid. You can turn on a body temperature warning if you wish, so if you start a fever, it will vibrate and warn you. And it's got some other settings in here, and your history record. These are my steps over the courses of the days that I've worn the watch. And, it seems to be fairly accurate, but, I don't count my number of steps, so I don't really know exactly how accurate it is. So that's about it for the app. Let me give you my final thoughts. This watch is selling on AliExpress right now for $36.10. I'd say if it's got the features you're looking for, that's a pretty darn good price for what you get with this watch. It's a solid design. I like it a lot. I would recommend it. Check it out if you're looking for these features. So there you go, the F320 smartwatch. I really like it. I would recommend it. This channel is primarily about kayaking, and I make high-end performance and racing kayaks. Check me out at davethekayaker.com. But I'm also sort of a tech geeky guy, and I kind of just fell into doing smartwatch reviews. You can check out all those reviews on my YouTube channel, on my fitness tracker and smartwatch review playlist. The F320. Check it out. And come check me out at davethekayaker.com. Stay tuned. I got more watch reviews coming. And until next time, be fit, stay healthy, and be good.
When you want an extraordinary racing kayak made in the finest American tradition, or maybe just own a piece of American kayaking history, you want a West Side Boat Shop kayak, now available from davethekayaker.com. West Side Boat Shop kayaks. The tradition continues.